come true. Not one of them in vain.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Ball teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Dowdle. He cuts it right. Well, they found something that worked there. Nearly 30 yards on that play. And almost always that's going to be good for a first.
27 yards. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. First down, and they go right back to it. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Rodgers set to pass. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they can be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove they're playmakers too.
And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling our running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd down, it's Rodgers. He finds Freiermuth over the middle. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
1st and goal. Here's Dowdle. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but he didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Rodgers off the play action. This one's misplayed and falls to the ground. Incomplete, and now it's 3rd down. Well, for a great opening drive, this is where you can run into that speed bump. We see it all the time, getting down near the end zone and trying to find your way in.
Yeah, operated so well and efficiently, but when you get into the scoring zone, the red zone, that's when the pressure ramps up. Now
Rodgers on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. They tried for the end zone, but no luck yet, Brock. That forces 4th and goal.
Incomplete.
Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, and I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I will be.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. Making some progress here. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Opening play, and Dak's going to throw. Down the field, he's got Lamb. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. We've got fireworks on the first play of the drive. 32 yards.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. He's brought down. Play goes for, it looks like about 11 yards. And that's going to give the Cowboys a first down. Partner, I know we don't see this as much in this sports, but in the other one I call basketball, this feels like the perfect time to use a timeout because this defense is getting worked the last couple of plays.
Yeah, somehow, some way, you've got to interrupt this momentum. You've got to respond and stop the bleeding. Somebody on this defense has got to rise to the...
And he's going to go down. They haul him to the turf at the 21. Alex Highsmith. And that backs them up now into a 2nd and 18.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Well, he had it for a moment, but a defender is there to force that one free. It hits the turf incomplete. For a moment, Brock, looked like they had 6 there, but now just looks like 3rd down coming up.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
3rd and long for him here. The end zone, and this is going to be brought in. Touchdown, Dallas. C.D. Lamb, a 21-yard effort.
Dallas.
He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, ooh, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball to the 35 to begin this drive. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. That's intercepted near the sideline. And the Cowboys get the football on the first turnover of the contest. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looks like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of him. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
Quarterback of his renown, kid, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line. Prescott will look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for Dallas first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They go with Williams on the counter. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Here's Prescott. He's under pressure, and he's not going to get away. And they take him down at the 30. Cameron Hayward. And that backs them up now all the way into a 3rd and 23.
3rd and long.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. It's the Cowboys out in front. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They've got third down well inside field goal range. To throw is Prescott. He's under pressure again, and again he goes down. That was Jalen Ramsey. And that's going to force fourth down quite a ways to go.
Fourth down.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic. You get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength,
The Steelers
to
take
send
over
that
first
puppy
and
through.
10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. Here's the give to Dowdle. He's out in the clear. He stops finally after a gain of almost 30. And that is good for Pittsburgh first down.
It's a gain of 29. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They're going end around here. And this drives him back out of field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometimes as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you've got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Rodgers now on second down. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Here's Rodgers. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And as they bring him down, a lot of yards. Nicely done, but still short of the markers. So it is fourth down.
feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Boswell able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
One of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
His return starts at the 5. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Another run for Williams. Well, that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. And a great read by the defense there. They attacked, and they found that runner quick.
You look up run blitz by a linebacker.
Yeah.
That is in the dictionary right there.
There it is. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Dak to the air here. Into the hands of Pickett. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Prescott set to pass. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Steelers get the football back at their own 30 after that interception and return.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over
First call here coming from the shotgun.
at their own 30-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. That's P.J. Locke. And he's going to score pick 6 for Dallas.
Touchdown.
He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short fields, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Cowboys get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Must be paying these guys day rate, not the hourly rate, because it took them just one play to answer interception for interception. We're right back, basically, to where we were 2 snaps ago, but with a whole lot of excitement in between.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice. Now a really manageable 2nd down.
2nd and inches.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Here's Dak. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
He was defended
Might have
by
given his man
Brandon
just a
Nichols.
little bit too much credit when it comes to speed on that one, Brock. Led him so far that even he couldn't get under that one.
Yeah, I think that's well said, Kate. The positive there, you felt that speed, right? You saw that separation.
Yep.
The bummer is you couldn't make the connection.
Screen here for Williams. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
Prescott's pass.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
A gain of 14.
Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. First down here for Dak. Now it's 6 completions in his first 10 attempts in this game. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Looking for something, but the defense makes the play first, dropping him at the 27. And it's Derek Harmon. And that play makes it 3rd and 15.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's in trouble, and it's another one. They drop it. Cameron Hayward. And now it is 4th and 17.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're at a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
For the Cowboys field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
Aubrey puts it through. And then extends their lead to 14.
Kid, I call that a win-win in the first half. You win on the scoreboard, obviously, by adding 3 and adding to your lead. But you also win mentally, making your opponent know if they make a mistake, you're going to capitalize.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Now here's Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be hit almost immediately after making the catch. That is going to be about a 6-yard pickup. Coming off a 6-yard completion, here's 2nd and 4.
At the 41-yard line.
Rodgers to throw. And that one's going to be incomplete. 3rd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, Rodgers. Firing quick, but he is still hit as he let that one go. Good work by the defender affecting that pass. That's going to bring around 4th down. The Steelers set to punt it. Devontae Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. Pulled in at the 20. And it'll come to an end as they touch him down.
On the return, the Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. They'll take it out wide to run this clock out. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Prescott to throw. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. There's been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down. We're seeing this more and more these days, Brock. Not content to just run out this half. Seems like they're going to keep pushing with the time they've got remaining.
Every one of these possessions, Kate, is so valuable. And I think what you've got to do as a quarterback there is reinforce to your receiver, if I'm going to take this shot, it's your ball or nobody's ball.
They get in there for the stop. Damage limited to 8 yards. And that's going to give Dallas the first down.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And the work already half done thanks to that run back. They're taking over at midfield.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with blue. And they're going to have a first down. Nice chunk of yards there. Give them about 17 of them.
But more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. The lateral goes haywire. Fumble. Steelers have it. Headed the other way. 30. Hits the 20. And Pittsburgh's going to take this back for the touchdown. Chris Boswell for the point after. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And that cuts the lead to 7.
Cowboys 20, Steelers 13. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return score. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Now Deck to throw. That's caught by Williams. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. Talk about an explosive start to this drive. 30 yards.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Nice and quick here with the pass rush, fast enough to match it. On and in time to alter that throw. And it falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. And he's going to be taken down back across midfield at the 49. Ty Smith again. And that is a couple for him today.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
It's a nickel look from the Steelers here on 3rd. To throw, Prescott. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. All right, Brock, QB1, I got a question for you. Are you always expecting the rush to be dialed up like that, dialed up a notch when it's third down?
Is water wet? Is the Pope Catholic? Does a one-legged duck swim in a circle? Yes, yes, and yes.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Rodgers off the play action. And the coverage too much to battle through on this play. Multiple defenders there, a lot of contact at the catch. This one's incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Gets everything he has under this one. It's caught. Oh, he only needs one hand to bring that one in. A big play with their backs against the end zone. And even 50 yards on the play.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. 1st and 10. Here's a run to Dowdle. That is exactly why you rally to the football. He got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
Back at the 49-yard
Stay on schedule. SOS. We talk about it all the time offensively. You've got to stay on schedule, and a run like that puts you now so far behind the sticks. Going to take some superhuman effort now on 2nd down. 2nd
down. It's Rodgers. And it's off his hands and incomplete, so an opportunity unfulfilled on that 2nd down. That means it's 3rd down.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long, and that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Rodgers set to pass. And another off his hands and incomplete. This time, Brock, the defender forced it out. That's going to bring up 4th down. On now comes their punter. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. They track him down finally as this play goes for about 20. That is good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Wilson on the stop. It's a gain of 20. And the Cowboy 1st down.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Now here's Prescott. Taken in over the middle by Pickens. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Coming off a 6-yard completion, here's 2nd and 4. Straight ahead with Williams. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Prescott will look to throw. And that one's not going to be caught. Could have extended the drive, but the defender timed it perfectly, breaks it up. That means it's 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
And this kick gets past the 20. It's going to reach the 18-yard line before it's touched down.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. The throw left side finds Freiermuth. Hit there, and it is forced out. Gain of about 15 before it. And that is going to be good for the Steelers' first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. And in the middle of all that chaos and traffic, look at that. It was their safety who ran in to clean that up.
Yeah, with their size and where they come from on the field, it's pretty cool. They love those opportunities to blitz, kind of hide behind their defenders and their peers, and then go finish the tackle.
Caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
It's just kind of the type of play why you name a position like this tight end, because it's going to be tight throws into contested windows, and you got to get the job done with people all around you.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Cowboys get the football back at the opposing 45.
At the 45-yard line.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this one ahead for what looks to be about 20 yards, maybe even a little more, and that first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Taken in by Williams outright. And the Steelers get to it. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our 3rd quarter. A nice takeaway to end that 3rd quarter. And they're going to have a new possession waiting to start the 4th. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Dowdle. He dodged the tackle. Brought down after getting his guys about 26 yards. And that's going to give the Steelers the first down.
It's really hard, Kate, to get 100-yard games, right? Defenses in this league pride themselves on keeping rushers short of 100. But if you're going to hit that century mark, it's going to take runs just like that one.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Going to the ground again on 1st. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Rodgers will look to throw. It's a completion of Michael Pittman Jr. Stops there, but that gets them the first big gain before the defense got to him. Looks like about 22 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
The pitch to Dowdle. Now he danced away from one tackle, but unable to dance away from the rest of the defense. No gain on that play.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Rodgers now on second down, taking a chance to the end zone. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. Continuing to throw it despite the game he's had, Brock. Coaches obviously still have faith in him despite all these interceptions.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's faith. And it's also like a sense of belief that, and they know, these coaches know, that this is where you've got to work through it. Not on the practice field, but when it gets really tough right here in game action.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Play action now for Prescott. Finds the in route complete. Taken down, but not before he picks up 11 on the play. And that's going to give the Cowboys a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down here for Dak. Now up to 12 completions for the game in his first 20 throws. Dak off the play fake. And he's going to go down here. Pressure gets him at the 23. That's Peyton Wilson. And that makes it second and very long.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
On second down, a run with Williams. We call it 182 yards at the end, Brock. It's third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
Now Prescott. That is caught. He's got Lamb. And what a call on that third 19 as they find a way to get the first before the tackle's made. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Off to the races, middle of the field. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas.
Javonte Williams, the ball carrier. Touchdown,
Kate, with these great running backs, you know that patience is so often carry to carry, one of their great traits, but also over the course of the game, just waiting for their opportunity to explode and go finish it as he just did.
That one splits the uprights. And they now lead by 14 points.
Brendan Aubrey to kick
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. First and 10. They'll start on the ground. Darrell. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. He stops here, gain of about 7. And that is good for Pittsburgh, first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers, 14 points back.
46-yard line.
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's first and 10. Here's Rodgers. Jump off caught by his back. And some good running after the catch. He's able to turn that into a gain of 7 on first. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
at the Cowboys.
Rodgers to throw, second down.
Line.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. The rookie from Ohio State takes it away. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown.
Cowboys.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, this is teaching tape, not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And lead now 21. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. He goes back to him yet again, complete. Brought down there after a gain of about 14 yards. And that is going to be good for the Steelers' first down.
And the Steelers' first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard
Now Rodgers.
line.
Setting up the screen. Escapes the defender. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Brock gets second down. Trying to set this up quick.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 43-yard line.
Second down. Rodgers. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. They close in on him and drag him down on the other side of midfield. They got him at the 48. And that sends him back into a 4th and 11.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. And they finally pick up a much-needed...
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf from over 50 yards out.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid, let him run.
Point after from Boswell, he's up and good. And it's down to a 14-point game.
Makes the score Cowboys 34, Steelers 20.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And this kick is brought in by the Cowboys, and that should be enough to secure them this win. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the 1st quarter, 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the 4th.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. Well, as they celebrate to the boos of the home crowd, I'm sure you're having flashbacks, buddy. It's got to be music to their ears, hearing those fans voice their displeasure.
It is so sweet, Kate, when you win on the road for a couple reasons. Yeah, I do remember. I remember silencing those road crowds. There's no better feeling than to hear, those boos and those cheers and all that noise just silenced because you beat them in their building. You know the other great sound? The plane ride home. Those are some of the greatest memories you have to celebrate that road victory and a whole road trip home to take it all in.